Hello everyone. In this video I am going to show you how you can generate GSTR 3B report in QuickBooks. So as you know that GSTR 3B return has to be filed for the first 2 months, which is July and August, and the due date would be 20th of the following month, which would be 20th September, and in this month it has been extended to 25th of August. So let's start on this one. You actually, to generate a GSTR 3B report, you go to General Ledger. I hope you would have recorded all the transaction. Now if you go to Ledger and select your last month ledger, which would be for July, and you actually customize it to include only accounts which are specific to GST. So when I say GST specific account, you actually include only accounts which are output GST account and input GST account. So as you know, all the transactions would have been recorded either in input GST account or output GST account, depending on whether there are sales or purchases. I am actually selecting one by one each of these accounts, which are probably 6 to 8, 9 accounts would be there, and I am actually selecting one here on the input IGST. I have selected input IGST RCM. If there are reverse charge transaction, would automatically would have gone into input CGST and input CGST RCM. You select input SGST and input RCM, and you actually again go into the output accounts, which are output CGST and RCM, output IGST and output SGST. You also, what you do is you actually make this report as a GSTR 3B. This you are going to use it on an ongoing basis, so you rename it to GSTR 3B tax prep report. Now we have got all the accounts. Now you actually go further and customize onto the columns. So you know that you can actually customize any of the columns in QuickBooks, and I customized it to include the taxable amount and tax amount, and in case you are doing export, you can actually include currency also, so that you can segregate the currency transaction. I am just reordering it here, so that was just a cosmetic change, but based on this, you have now got all your input related to your GST supplies and input credit, and even if you have done export, you have got all that. GSTR 3B is a summary report, so you can actually go into the GSTR 3B and say what is my outward taxable supplies. So I can actually see here it's like 36 lakh 2,820, and what is my corresponding tax? It's 606.14,625, where is IGST. Similarly, if there are inward supplies which are 5,000 is there, 450 and 450 is already there. So I have some inward supplies which are liable to reverse charge also, which I will enter it here. Similarly, your input credit, input SGST is there, so you have actually your input credit details, which is here 35,490, and this is input SGST and CGST. You can actually go into that particular section, which is our input credit. In case you have done some exports, you would have actually got it in the currency. Based on the currency, you would have actually determined whether there are any import of goods or services. You can fill in detail here. So all your information, you will get it here itself in the 3B report. One other report which you may want, you can actually first of all, you need to save this customization and put it under a custom group, and so that you can always see this in your GSTR 3B under your custom reports. If you go to my custom report, you will see it. One other report which you may want to use it is, because there is a section here, if at all, is that supplies made to unregistered person, which are interstate supplies. You can actually see here B2C large interstate invoices, in this there are no transaction here because he would not have in the sample company we do not have any other transaction which are interstate. But in case you have done it, you QuickBooks will automatically capture it, and you can put this report also under the same group. So by using these two reports, your entire GSTR 3B you will be able to fill in, and you can fill this. This is an Excel template, but you can fill it online on the gst.gov.in portal itself.